They feared me before I even became a man. Swords were drawn, orders were given. But I survived. I am Julius Caesar, the boy Rome tried to kill. Rome, marble temples above, filthy alleys below. Senators plot by daylight, blades flash in the dark. Power here isn't inherited, it's taken. I wasn't born rich enough to be untouchable, nor poor enough to be invisible. I had to claw for every step. My name is Gaius Julius Caesar, soldier, politician, dictator. The people cheered me, the Senate feared me, and in the end, they cut me down for it. I was born in 100 BC, in the heart of Rome. My family, the Julii, old nobility who claimed divine descent from Venus herself. But by my time, that noble line had little real influence. Rome didn't care about bloodlines. Rome cared about power. Rome itself was no quiet city. It was a republic, already scarred by civil wars, riots and corruption. Senators schemed for wealth, generals fought for glory, and the common people scraped by in crowded slums, surviving on bread handouts and gambling on gladiators. Into this storm I was born, not wealthy, not poor, but ambitious enough to know I would not stay small. My first true test came with Lucius Cornelius Sulla, a ruthless general who seized Rome by force and made himself dictator. Dictator was a Roman office meant to last 6 months in crisis, but Sulla twisted it, ruling for years with blood and fear. He posted lists of enemies on the forum walls. Their names were read out, and anyone could kill them for reward. Thousands died. One of his enemies was my father-in-law, Cinna. That made me suspect by blood. Sulla demanded I abandon my wife Cornelia to prove my loyalty. I refused. That decision nearly cost me my life. Soldiers hunted me. I went into hiding, moving from house to house, escaping arrest by bribery, luck, and the help of allies. Sulla finally relented.
I'm sorry for my ignorance.
Saying my stubbornness might one day destroy Rome itself.
I forgive you, Julius. But show me your loyalty.
That brush with death taught me something I never forgot. Rome rewards courage, not obedience. If I was to survive, I had to outdare every man around me. When I returned, I began climbing the Cursus Honorum, the ladder of Roman politics. As aedile, I staged games that dazzled the people, gladiator fights, beast hunts. I borrowed heavily, sinking into debt. But debt didn't matter if it bought me loyalty. As praetor, I held courts and governed provinces. As governor of Spain, I raised troops, crushed rebellions, and returned rich enough to clear my debts. Every step was a gamble, but the people loved me for it.
Thank you, people of Rome.
The senators saw me as dangerous.
Everything I do to make Rome greater, for you.
They were right. In 58 BC, I secured the prize that would change everything: command of Gaul. Gaul was vast, lands you now call France, Belgium, and Switzerland, stretching to the Rhine River, rich in grain, salt, and trade routes. But to Rome, it was a frontier of danger. Its tribes were independent, fierce and proud. The Helvetii, a tribe from the mountains of Switzerland, abandoned their homeland, burning towns and fields behind them. Hundreds of thousands marched west in wagons with their families. To Rome, this migration threatened our allies and our borders. I crushed them in battle and forced them to return to their lands.
Like and subscribe, or face your fate.
The Nervi, a Belgian tribe, were harder still. They despised Roman decadence, banning wine and luxuries. They fought with a purity of fury. At the river Sabis, they ambushed us so savagely that my army nearly collapsed. We fought hand to hand for our lives until we drove them back. For 8 years I fought in Gaul. I built roads, bridges, siege engines, and reputation. My commentaries, the records I wrote of these wars, were carried back to Rome, read aloud to the people,
Glory of Rome.
making me both
Caesar
conqueror abroad
triumphs.
and hero at home. In 52 BC came Alesia, the defining test. Vercingetorix, a young Gallic noble, had done the impossible. He united the tribes against me. Tens of thousands of warriors defended his fortress at Alesia. A relief army even larger gathered outside to crush us. I ordered 2 walls built, one facing inward, one outward. We starved, froze. The relief army thundered against us from outside. Vercingetorix's warriors charged from within. For weeks we fought on 2 fronts, but my men held. At last, Vercingetorix rode out, shining in full armor, and laid his sword at my feet. Gaul was broken, and in breaking it, I had forged something more dangerous than wealth. Legions, who loved me more than Rome itself.
Caesar has too much power.
By 49 BC, my triumphs terrified Rome's rulers.
We must demand Caesar disband his legions.
The Senate ordered me to disband my legions and return as a private citizen. They wanted me stripped of command, vulnerable to trial, maybe even execution. I marched south. At the border of my province lay the Rubicon River. A shallow stream, but more than water. It was the line between lawful command and treason. To cross it with an army meant civil war. The air was cold. The river black under moonlight. My soldiers watched, silent. I paused, knowing once I crossed, there was no turning back. Ancient writers remember my words.
The die is cast.
The die is cast. I stepped into the water. My legions followed. Rome gasped. We pressed forward, torches swaying, standards gleaming red in the night. Ahead lay Italy, undefended, waiting. Rome's walls would not stop us.